This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch. Now that
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in. That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Brayley's Virtual Tour Live, y'all. I saw the news while I was on my lunch break at Arby's, and now shout out to House of Aaron. He heard it from Newsmax. Now, Newsmax is a bit of a fringe news organization on the right, just like fake news. I mean, Fox News. So I didn't really believe it. And also, too, like, you got to be careful about talking about things before they actually are, because you don't want to be a toss-away K either. So, or you don't want to be speaking on something that is not factual, actual, smactual, like toss-away K. So, we are going to get into it. This is a bonus edition, obviously, because y'all know how we roll. Whatever you guys are talking about, we're talking about it as well. So, with that being said, higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. Yes, indeed. By the way, y'all, I'm walking into my place, and man, I'm just tired. Like, the humidity is crazy, everything, and then this gorgeous woman just stops me in my tracks. Well, she didn't really stop me in my tracks, but had a very beautiful conversation, and African women are gorgeous. I'll just say that. Anyway, with that being said, you see the virtual tour background. Yes, you do. You hear the virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. So yeah, we're talking about some things today. President Joe Biden has dropped out of the presidential race. Ooh, a lot going on here. A lot going on. So, let's get to the story here. Let me get it up for you guys. Hopefully your Sunday is going well as well, everybody. So here it is here. President Joe Biden drops out of 2024 presidential race after a 5-decade career faced a reckoning over his age and his ability to defeat 45. He endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as his party faces a historic effort to replace him. So this is live coverage, I think. And of course, we'll read Biden's letter stepping aside as well. Okay, so as that pulls, or may not pull up. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Confidence that the leaders of our party will be able to create a process from which an outstanding nominee emerges. Explain that.
Right, Katie. Well, I think he wanted the focus today to be on Joe Biden, both his consequential presidency, this selfless decision. Obviously, they know each other extremely well and have navigated some rocky moments together. So I think President Obama trusts that in the coming days, what will be clear is whether or not there's a so-called open process or not. Kamala Harris is going to be our nominee. And so I think at the end of the day, the DNC will lay out what that process will be. If any other candidates were to suggest that they run, I don't think they will be major threats to Kamala Harris. So I think the general election 2.0, for all intents and purposes, starts today, and that's Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump.
David, I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm so sorry. I've been told that I need to toss to NBC Today Show anchor Craig Melvin, who's also an NBC national correspondent. Let's listen.
Hey, Katie.
Oh, you're in an interview. I'm sorry. I was a little bit confused about what my control room was telling me.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, Craig, what do you got for us?
No, just some new reporting. A few moments ago, it confirmed that Congressman Jim Clyburn is set to endorse Kamala Harris here in the next 15 minutes as well. So I think what you're probably starting to see over the next few hours is, the establishment to a certain extent deciding that they are going to try and avoid some sort of perhaps jungle primary, as was rumored in August in Chicago. And Clyburn, of course, as you've talked about here over the last hour or two, largely credited with perhaps saving saving the Biden campaign itself, symbolic and substantial that he is the first of the Democratic leadership to throw his weight behind the vice president.
That is a significant endorsement. Clyburn was the person who helped Joe Biden win South Carolina and the nomination. He was also seen as somebody who could potentially be one of the people to break the bad news to President Biden.
So, for those of you who are wondering what's going on right now, Katie Tur is on the phone with Craig Melvin from the Today Show. He's the Today Show news anchor. He's also an MSNBC host as well. So let's read this article here. President Joe Biden announced Sunday that he will end his presidential re-election campaign, bringing an abrupt and humble conclusion to his half-century-long political career in scrambling the race for the White House just 4 months before Election Day. Biden A1 could not reverse growing sentiment within his party that he was too frail to serve and destined to lose to 45 in November. He backed Vice President Kamala Harris to replace him as the Democratic nominee. And so here is his note here. I'll read it here. Over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We provide critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first safety pow-pow safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today, rather. I know this could not have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We protected and preserved our democracy, and we revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith you and trust you have placed in me. I believe what I always have. There is nothing that America can do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America, signed by President Joe Biden. There, he posted that at 1:46 p.m. there. So this is President Obama's statement. So, hang on, let me get that Obama statement. So the Clintons have endorsed him. And President Obama just released a statement here. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so we will get to that in just one moment here. As we continue on here live on tour. Right here, my very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala Harris as my vice president. Biden posted, "It has been the best. It's been the best decision I've made. Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year." Biden and Harris spoke Sunday ahead of the president's announcement. According to a source familiar with the campaign, Harris did not immediately comment after the announcement. Biden, who for weeks insisted publicly that he planned to stay in the race, told his senior team that he changed his mind about continuing his campaign at 1:45 p.m. Eastern. According to a source with direct knowledge, the tweet announcing his decision was sent at 1:46 p.m. His withdrawal caps a singular national political career bookend by Richard Nixon's fall and 45's rise. He mounted 4 presidential bids. He spent 36 years in the United States Senate representing tiny Delaware. He rose to the chairmanships of the powerful judiciary and foreign relations committees. He served 8 years as Barack Obama's vice president. So with that being said, let's read right here, and Barack Obama just posted it now onto medium.com. From Barack Obama: Joe Biden has been one of America's most consequential presidents, as well as a dear friend and partner to me. Today, we've also been reminded again that he's a patriot of the highest order. 16 years ago, when I began my search for a vice president, I knew about Joe's remarkable career in public service, but what I came to admire even more was his character, his deep empathy, and his hard-earned resilience, his fundamental decency and belief that everyone counts. Since taking office, President Biden has displayed that character again and again. He helped in the pandemic create millions of jobs, lowered the cost of prescription drugs, passed the first major piece of pow safety legislation in 30 years, made the biggest investment to address climate change in history, and fought to ensure the rights of working people to organize for fair wages and benefits. Internationally, he restored America's standing in the world, revitalized NATO, and mobilized the world to stand up against Russian aggression in Ukraine. More than that, President Biden has pointed us away from the 4 years of chaos, falsehood, and division that has characterized 45's administration. Through his policies and his example, Joe has reminded us who we are at our best: a country committed to old-fashioned values like trust and honesty, kindness and hard work, a country that believes in democracy, rule of law, and accountability, a country that insists that everyone, no matter who they are, has a voice and deserves a better chance at life. This outstanding track record gave President Biden every right for re-election and finish the job he started. Joe understands better than anyone the stakes in this election, how everything he has fought for throughout his life and everything the Democrat Party stands for will be at risk if we allow 45 back in the White House and give Republicans control of Congress. I also know Joe has never backed down from a fight. For him to look at the political landscape and decide that he should pass the torch to a new nominee is surely one of the toughest moments in his life, but I know he wouldn't make this decision unless he believed it was right for America. It's a true testament to Joe Biden's love of country and historic example of a genuine public service, once again putting the interests of the American people ahead of its own, that future generations of leaders will do well to follow. We'll be navigating uncharted waters in the days ahead, but I have extraordinary confidence that the leaders of our party will be able to create a process from which our outstanding nominee emerges. I believe Joe Biden's vision of a generous, prosperous, and united America that provides opportunity for everyone to be on full display at the Democratic National Convention in August. And I expect that every single one of us are prepared to carry that message of hope and progress forward into November and beyond. For now, Michelle and I would like to express our love and gratitude to Joe and Jill for leading us so ably and courageously during these perilous times, and for their commitment to the ideals of freedom and equality that this country was founded on. That was from Barack Obama, the 46th president of the United States, and he just posted this just now onto medium.com there. So glad to have all of you here. Hello, welcome in. Hey, Miss Denise, welcome in. Hey, community. I've been cussing out people for an hour. Oh, okay. Well, tell us how you really feel. Hey, family, I'm hot. And Bo as well. He did not endorse Kamala. Well, I think right now he's just trying to bring some stability right now from a social context. Hey, Cynthia Jacob, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Hey, Greta Lee, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Hey, TNTG Mom, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Hey, TC45, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Hey, Joe Does Speaks, welcome in. Glad to have you here. And Community Unity, pause the new nominee, Bo. We love you, but bye-bye. Okay. All righty. Wow. This is all live in real time here. Kamala Harris allies weigh how they could build a campaign, invited exits. Neither Harris or her aides are involved with the efforts, but supporters are considering what strategic changes will need to happen if Harris replaces Biden. Woo. A group of Democrats who believe Vice President Kamala Harris should be the party's nominee if President Joe Biden steps aside have begun quietly mapping out what her presidential campaign apparatus will look like, what her path to victory could be in November, according to two sources with direct knowledge of planning. The effort, which Harris has not sanctioned as she continues to publicly and privately support Biden and remain in the race, comes as many people are concerned, as the vice president does not have the personnel or organization to quickly make the pivot to the top of the ticket. The source said, if Biden were to step aside, it's unclear how much of his campaign apparatus will remain intact and whether it would make sense to continue with some of these same strategic efforts. Harris does not have the operation. One source familiar with the efforts on the condition of anonymity. Speak candidly, there's no outside entity organizing for her. Woo. As a part of her work, the informal group that includes Democrat strategists and aides with presidential campaign experience already mapping out how Harris' strategy for victory could be different from the one that Biden took to win in 2020 and from what he was planning to do this year. The group, which does not include Harris' team, is not advocating for Biden to step aside, and are also discussing who in Biden's current campaign structure may need to be replaced. Kamala Harris' path is different, one Democrat strategist said, on condition of anonymity to discuss the effort candidly. That person added, some believe Harris' path could be more focused on mobilizing black voters in southern states such as Georgia and North Carolina rather than Biden's strategy, which includes working to lock down Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Man. I mean, first of all, the convention's in August. Now you have the Biden-Harris ticket. Now it's going to have to be Harris and somebody else. Man, this is 2024 is playing no games at all. To pull this off, Democrats are going to have to pull off an all hands on deck strategy. I don't know if the party is ready for this, the source said, but everybody has to be out. As the effort comes together, 45 and his allies have stepped up the attacks against Harris. Of course they have. Of course they have. Like, really? Like, I don't know why they're trying to attack Harris when the person that they're working for has been convicted on 34 counts. On 34 counts of fraud and moving campaign money to cover up a crime. So y'all can't say shit. Okay? Can't say shit. I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, like, this is how I truly feel about 45 supporters and his team trying to get him reelected. Like, this is how they're acting.
Look heavy. Let me take these to your table.
Thank you, handsome. The gin and tonic's for my sister Ruth.
Okay.
This one is for Stacey.
Hello.
And if you could hand this one to my boyfriend.
Fuck you. Whiskey? Can I help you with that?
Are you sure?
Absolutely. My lady is in distress, and I'm here to rescue her.
Thanks. They say chivalry's dead, but I think you're making a pretty strong case for its revival.
Well, I'm always ready to help a beautiful lady. I help the ugly ones as well, but I definitely say you're in the former camp. Where am I taking this?
Well, it's only a few streets away. I'm moving in with my boyfriend,
Fuck
Ian.
you. Hello there, beautiful.
Oh, hello.
Piss off.
I guess I needed a shorter lead. Oh,
yeah?
thank you so much. You're such a gentleman.
Well, it has been said that I'm a gentleman, but never a gentleman. Can I accompany you on your journey?
Sure. I've got to get Scruffy back to my boyfriend and then...
Fuck you. Look heavy.
So they can do whatever they want to do, but when somebody brings up a fact, oh, fuck you. That's the best analogy I could give for 45 of his supporters and the people trying to bring him back into the White House, honestly. Like I said, you have the convention in August. You got to figure out who on the team wants to stay, who on the team wants to go. Honestly, to tell you the truth, if I'm thinking of vice presidential candidates, I'm thinking Stacey Abrams. I really am thinking Stacey Abrams. If I'm really truly thinking about it, because y'all remember that governorship that should have been hers, I think a female ticket would be legendary. I'm gonna tell you why for many reasons. One, they are able to tackle women's issues in a way where 45 and his team cannot. Number two, if 45 of his supporters are already getting onto Harris, if it's a female ticket, that could really ruin him. Because one thing to know, two things for sure, you going after women, it's not going to work. And number three, could you imagine the first female ticket, the first female president and female, Kamala Harris was already the first female vice president, but to have the first female duo being president and vice president in the White House, oh my Lord Jesus. So I think Stacey Abrams will probably begin a call from the campaign. Now that's just my immediate thought. I could be completely wrong. Hey, Soul Sister, good to see you here. Glad to have you here. So yeah, the group found that Biden and Harris posed similarly among Democrats and independents and had more work to do among independent voters. But it's also found that Harris has a significant boost from younger voter segments that Biden has struggled with and performed well among voters of color and women. Their data show Harris' work as the administration's most promising advocate for access to abortion care in the wake of overturning Roe v. Wade. 2 years ago, resonated powerfully with Democrats and independents. Meanwhile, sources familiar with Harris' thinking who have spoken with her in recent days says she remains a fierce defender of Biden, even as more and more Democrat lawmakers and donors have publicly called on him to step aside. So here it is from Deadline.com here. Katzenberg on call today with contributors. Right here. Vice President, this is an exclusive from Deadline.com. And of course, 45 and Elon Musk, two idiots having political sex with each other. Oh my Lord Jesus. You know, Elon, oh my God. Oh, thy tweeting is just, oh my God, it's just exploding all over the place. I gotta tell you, I am so fast like a Tesla. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. In the words of Ruben Studdard, and 1 million more. And this is I'm sorry for 2004. I'm not gonna mess up no more this year. I take my one chance and make it real clear. Damn, I'm sorry. I am so sorry if y'all took your mind there when I did that skit. I am so sorry for y'all mental. I am so sorry. I really am. All right, y'all, let's get to this exclusive, child. Okay. So, exclusive Vice President Kamala Harris has emerged among Hollywood donors as the top successor to head the Democrat ticket as calls for Joe Biden to step aside and testify for caveat. Kamala Harris has put in the work. She's the obvious choice for me, a longtime contributor to the party and various presidential contenders, says of the VP. Can you imagine a former prosecutor against a crook like 45? She'll rip him apart. Another Hollywood supporter said, knowing Harris' past tense as San Francisco District Attorney, California Attorney General. She had a rocky first couple of years, but Harris is a real team player and out there to get a great reaction on reproductive rights, says a producer who was a big donor to Harris' short-lived 2020 White House bid in both the 2020-2024 Democrat tickets. The money will start flowing again like water if Kamala was the candidate. Another Hollywood report said. Another now hesitant donor. Maybe there will be some more wait and see, but everyone should get on board once we have a new candidate. Of course, as a part of that team player reality and having a shared campaign committee with POTUS, Harris would also instantly have access to more than $250 million war chest that Biden Harris reelection re-election effort has accumulated so far. Well, here it is here, y'all. So this is from Forbes.com. So here's how she's performing. Right here, a flurry of polls conducted in the wake of the June 27 presidential debate show Harris performed roughly about the same as Biden against 45, who has been leading by the president by a slim margin for months. And more recent polls after the attempted assassination of 45 show similar trends. Harris has also polled better than other Democrats commonly floated as replacement candidates to Biden, but the polls did factor in how much campaign could change voters' perceptions of the many lesser-known candidates that don't have the benefit of national name recognition like Harris does. One CBS YouGov poll conducted last week gave Harris a slight edge. 45 led Harris by 3 points, 51 to 48. So 51-45, Harris 48. That's still decent while leading Biden by 5. So let's see. I think that's Kamala 52% and Biden 47%. Among likely voters, the poll margin of error was 2.7 points. However, economist YouGov poll margin of error 3.1 conducted July 13th through the 16th and released Thursday found Biden would lose to 45, 41 to 43, while Harris would perform slightly worse, losing to 45, 39 to 44%. A Reuters IPSOS poll conducted and released Thursday after the attempted assassination of 45 found Biden and Harris virtually statistically tied to 45, but 69% of respondents see Biden as too old to work in government. Margin of error 3.1%. Democrat polling firm Bindi Dixon and Amani found Harris beating former president 42 to 41, margin of error 3.1%. In a survey released on July 9th, first attained by Politico, while Biden, Whitmer, and Newsom all trail 45. So Governor Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, and then Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. A YouGov poll conducted from July 3rd to 6th found more Democrats and independents who lean Democrat prefer Biden over Harris as the nominee, as 47 to 32%, while 21% said they weren't sure. Margin of error 4%. A 538 analysis of polls found Harris's odds of winning the Electoral College over 45 slightly better than Biden's 38% versus 35%. But when various economic and political factors are incorporated in addition to the polls, 538 found Biden's odds of winning swing states and the Electoral College against 45 are better than Harris, 48 to 31. A Reuters IPSOS poll released July 2nd, margin of error 3.5 found Harris would lose to 45 by 1 point. Biden tied 45, while 4 governors who have been floated as potential Biden replacements: Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, California Governor Gavin Newsom, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker would all perform worse than both Biden and Harris against 45. In a CNN SSRS poll, margin of error 3.5 conducted from June 28th to the 30th, Harris outperformed Biden and 3 other potential candidates commonly floated to replace him in a hypothetical matchup against 45, but she would still lose to the former president by 2 points, while Biden would lose to 45 by 6 points. So as you can see through all of those polls there, it really is 50-50 in terms of the balance there. What did I do? Let's see here. Stacey Abrams would be a formidable opponent to J.D. Vance. However, I'm looking for a progressive Democrat like Governor Whitmer of Michigan for the all-woman ticket. I like Harris and Gavin Newsom too. You know what? That's not a bad idea either, to have a woman governor as well. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea either. I was only saying Stacey Abrams because both of them are black, so they definitely would get the black vote. But also, number 2, 45 does not like black people, and his supporters don't like black people. So it really would swing their way. You know what I mean? Kamala could do the job. Hell, Joe and Dirty Don have done the job for 4 years. GWX Cokehead did the job for 8 years. Okay, America is not ready. That's the issue. Well, listen, no lies told by your community. Just covering all the bases here. And so from right here, who would Kamala Harris pick as her 2024 running mate, possible VP candidates to fill out new Democrat ticket? This comes to us from people.com. Right here, so this is Governor Andy Beshear. One of the nation's youngest governors, could also drum up excitement among those who are concerned about Biden's age and neutralize 45's choice to put a 39-year-old on a Republican ticket. His only downfall would be that while he might appear to voters in the national states, he doesn't hail from a must-win state. Mark Kelly, as y'all know, Gabby Gifford was tragically in a powwowing, and so Mark Kelly could do some things for sure. North Carolina Governor Roy Hooper. In July, two sources close to the Biden-Harris ticket campaign that Cooper was emerging as one of the serious contenders for potential VP replacement. Governor Josh Shapiro. So Shapiro's 51 and was relatively unknown from outside the Keystone State, but he's seen as a strong candidate for the simple reason that he can help Democrats win over the Rust Belt state. Illinois Governor J.B. Pricker. His family founded the Hyatt hotel chain, and his net worth is estimated more than $3 billion. Oh, okay then. Listen, he might not be vice president, but he definitely will get a role in the administration. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, he did do a presidential campaign, but he placed in 5th. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Whitmer has been handily elected to statewide office twice in a key battleground state that could determine this year's presidential winner. And she's also been an outspoken voice on the effort to protect abortion like 45. Has firsthand experience with violence after a widely reported plot to kidnap Whitmer and overthrow the state government. Like I said, I feel like they're going to probably do a female ticket, more than likely. I don't really see a guy joining the Harris ticket. I really don't. This is way too important for a guy to be on. Not saying that a guy can't do it, but that's how I truly feel. So then we have from Forbes.com. These are the likely Democrat presidential candidates if Biden drops out. So you have Governor Newsom could be an option. Of course, all the people we went over. We didn't go over Jared Polis, but he's the Colorado governor. And let's see, advisor to Senator Bernie Sanders, who's a year older than Biden, said in 2022 memo that he hadn't ruled out run for president in the event of open primary. And then Cory Booker and Amy Klobuchar are also among names commonly floated to replace Biden. Representative Dean Phillips, Democrat of Minnesota as well. And then of course, you know, the rumor of Michelle Obama running. I think Michelle Obama likes her peace. You know what I mean? I don't think Michelle Obama's gonna run, y'all. I don't think that's gonna happen. Not anytime soon. Hey Venus, welcome in. Hey, by the way, Venus is a content creator as well. Great sister as well. Hey Tara, welcome in. Glad to have you here. It's my boo Venus, a troublemaker, working my tail off to open up a tutoring center in my hometown. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Worth how much is he, Norman? So we'll go back to it. Oh, Lord Jesus. Here we go. All right, let me go back. So Illinois Governor J.B. Pricker, his net worth is estimated more than $3 billion. I don't know if he's available. Okay, I don't know if he's available. Good Lord Jesus, just I do not know if he's available. Okay, so listen. So yes, indeed, y'all. So that is yeah, I don't think she's gonna run either. I really don't. Let's see here. America wasn't ready for Barack Obama, but look at God. Absolutely, absolutely. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little commercial break. For those of you who do not know what's going on, Joe Biden has dropped out of the presidential race. This happened today. Literally, as I was on my lunch break at Arby's watching CNN, and I saw the news alert and go ahead, ABC. It's live here. So we will do that. I'll pull that up here, and then when we come back, we will just watch ABC News Live for full coverage of this. And trust me, if y'all think the Republican National Convention had coverage because of what happened with 45, child, this is going to be the most covered, the most covered Democrat National Convention. So we're going to take a little commercial break. And when we come back, we'll be going live to ABC News Live. And before that, I will drop the link if you guys want to come on up. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are live on tour. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
All day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah. Drop it to the floor, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez? Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Introducing a water theme park like no other. Universal's Volcano Bay. A relaxing tropical oasis where every carefree moment is inspired by the belief that water is life and life is joy. This is where you'll make the most of every splash, every scream, every breathtaking thrill. Welcome to a new kind of vacation paradise. Welcome to Universal's Volcano Bay, the 3rd amazing theme park at Universal Orlando Resort.
Welcome to the Paris Olympics. Look at my hot girl. Bonjour. And that is the Olympics hot girl style.
So it's a winged, fire-breathing, talking horse.
No.
Okay.
That is the Olympics.
Olympics?
Olympics.
What are they not
not getting about this, right?
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you are found. I come from nothing. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'll see that. Don't you leave here today with happiness. I want you to leave here with
Power 923 Jams and the Arkansas Minority Health Commission encourages you to take the COVID-19 vaccine to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Involved in our community, the People Station, Power 923 Jams. KIPR Pine Bluff, Little Rock, KFOG, Little Rock, a Cumulus Media Station. And now, back to the jams. Hip-hop. Drake.
Girls want girls where I'm from. Yeah, well, girls want girls where I'm from.
R&B. J. Howell.
Just 'cause I love you and you love me.
And now, bumping back-to-back continuous music with another fresh new jam. Heard here first on the People Station, Power 923 Jams. Power 923 Jams and
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousness. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good. Coming in hot. Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary. Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever known him to dance?
Sure.
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from. They say if you dream a thing more than once, please, 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 it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities.
What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brayley's Virtual Tour Live. Tell me what other channel can throw down like a commercial break like this show right here. Please tell me. Please tell me. I mean, we got Good Morning America. We got Disney. I mean, we got Volcano Bay. We got Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, we got everybody over here. That's what we got over here. Welcome in, everybody. In case you're wondering what's going on, Joe Biden has dropped out of the presidential race and has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is still endorsing Joe Biden behind the scenes. And so now is figuring out how to position Kamala Harris as the presidential nominee before the Democratic National Convention, which is in August. So a lot going on here. I mean, I know that was a lot of commercials, but we have the Braxtons over here too. I mean, we got Wingstop. I mean, Tubi over here. BT, Copeland's. Like, we got a lot of brands that just, they like being over here. I don't know what it is, but you know, they seem to really like us over here. You know what I mean? So it's a Queen Bee It's a Queen Bee Sub Sugar. Yes, indeed. Hey, the Queen Bee here. So I will drop the link if anybody wants to come up now. We're talking about this from a cultural context, okay? For all the political stuff, do what you need to do and find your sources of who you believe in. But right now, we're about to go to ABC News Live right now and watch live coverage of this because this is the story of the day.
But they will certainly do everything they can to portray her as part of what they will call the radical left of the Democratic Party.
John, thank you. I want to bring in now our senior national correspondent, Terry Moran. Terry, we were both there at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This feels a little bit like whiplash from what you and I were both experiencing on the floor, where you had a number of Republican speakers going up to the microphone, railing against President Joe Biden's agenda, also calling for sort of unity in the aftermath of that attempted assassination on former President Donald Trump. We know that the former president picking Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate sort of ushered in this sort of a new wave of Republicans. He's a lot younger. He's 39 years old. Now with President Biden endorsing Vice President.
By the way, y'all, that is Rachel Scott. She's the senior congressional correspondent for ABC News. Love that black sister, doing great things, and very proud of her.
The torch. He is the oldest. He is now the oldest major party nominee for president in history, now that Biden has stepped out. And that is significant. Look, right after the convention, we went out on the road for a couple of days. We talked to voters in Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, those three swing states. And one thing that won't surprise you or anyone who's paying attention is that the vast majority of people we talk to, confirmed Democrats, confirmed Republicans, independents, undecided.
And congratulations, community, on your
They weren't
on
happy
your
with the
tutoring.
rerun.
Congratulations.
They weren't happy with the candidates and the choice that they had. And now they've got they will have a different choice. And if it's Kamala Harris, it is that generational choice you're talking to, not in the number 2 spot, but in the number 1 spot. And Americans, they've been telling pollsters this for a while, they yearn for a new kind of politics. All of a sudden, Donald Trump looks like the man from yesterday. Trumpism and the MAGA movement seem very 20-teens in some ways, and Kamala Harris has an opportunity to say this is the way forward. And she represents it generationally. She's a generation younger. than Donald Trump. And there's no question that people will pay attention to that. And I think that what you sense from voters is that this was the campaign that nobody wanted. It was a rehash of 2020 and in many ways of 2016. That all seems long ago now. We're entering a different chapter in American politics, and that could help Kamala Harris because people want a different chapter.
Terry Moran, thank you. I want to bring in back in now ABC's Zareen Shaw. We mentioned on the air earlier, Zareen Shaw followed Harris's campaign when she was once running for president of the United States in that very crowded Democratic primary. She was actually running against President Joe Biden, and then he ultimately brought her on to serve as his running mate, later Vice President of the United States.
You got it.
Zareen, you noted earlier
the
historic nature of this, that Harris could become the first Black woman to head a major party presidential ticket after President Biden has stepped aside in this race. Let's talk a little bit about the history and the gravity of this moment, but also on the same side of this, Zareen, on the other side of this, rather, you covered Harris's campaign and you saw some of the attacks that she got when it comes to sexism, also racism,
that sounds good.
Questioning her ethnicity as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's so much to unpack there, Rachel. And you mentioned she could be the first Black female nominee, also the first Indian American. I just got off the phone with an organizer for one of the really big Indian American political organizations in the country, and he said they raised $15 million for the Democratic Party in 2020. Their goal is to raise 50 this time around. They really feel like that community has organized and they could galvanize really behind Harris. But to your point, yeah, I mean, she was really attacked during that race. But one thing that a lot of her loyalists that I've been speaking to the last few days, a lot of her friends, a lot of her old donors who I've been speaking to point out is that the tides have really changed when it comes to one very big issue. Rachel, you remember in 2019 how often she was attacked for her previous stance when it comes to criminal justice, right? She was not seen as progressive enough, but that moment appears to have changed. The country appears to have changed when it comes to that issue, and that could potentially propel her. Democrats could potentially like that far more in this very moment. I've been speaking to a lot of her donors as well, and they say that they are incredibly motivated in this moment. They think they could raise 8 to 9 figures in 1 week. Another one says that his phone is blowing up. He's been getting a lot of calls from delegates and major donors in case Biden were to step down. This was yesterday. So just a lot of excitement with especially her donors, despite a lot of those attacks that you saw in 2019.
Zareen, thank you. You've been following Kamala Harris and her campaign and her efforts for years. Thank you so much. I want to bring back in our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce. Mary, you've been tracking all afternoon for us the Democratic reaction that has been pouring in following the president's announcement, and now we are hearing from another key Democrat.
Yeah, powerful South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn. He had suggested that he would throw his support.
So I'm muting it just for a minute because I do want to talk about this for a second when Jonetta speaks. That would be interesting. The question is, would people want Obama as a vice president? I think he would be a great vice president. 8 years of being president, I think it would be a great companionship and relationship and partnership. But also, too, I really do think Barack Obama is cool where he's at. I really do. I think he is really good in being in the background of, listen, I've done that. If you need me, the words of Kim Possible, look, hashtag call me, beat me if you want to reach me, And plus all that too, his kids are grown. Michelle was really done with politics. I mean, of course, Michelle, she gets in, socially, but I don't know if Obama really would want to be a VP. I don't know. But I really do think it's going to be a female ticket. I feel that through my bones. So.
Back her and asking for donations, well aware that fundraising is we've been saying is such a key part of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Mary. Mary reporting on the reaction coming in from Congressman Jim Clyburn, a very critical voice. You may remember he helped propel President Biden to the White House back in 2020. One of the key promises that President Biden made after getting that endorsement from Clyburn was to ultimately appoint a black woman to the United States Supreme Court. And that's how we have seen Ketanji Brown Jackson be confirmed to serve on the Supreme Court as well. A very critical part of the president's legacy as we continue to discuss that. You heard there from Mary this push to kind of get everyone to rally behind Vice President Kamala Harris. I want to bring back in now our political director, Rick Klein, who's also our Washington bureau chief. Rick, we are already hearing some efforts behind the scenes to get California delegates to endorse Harris.
Yeah, California is the largest state in the nation and has the largest number of delegates. It's also Kamala Harris's home state. It's also home state to Governor Gavin Newsom, who is often talked about as someone that might run for president. And ABC News has obtained an email that was sent to all the delegates from the chairman of the state party in California, asking delegates to immediately endorse Vice President Harris. There's a feeling in the party right now that the more that they can make this happen from the delegate level, the better off they'll be. So the more delegates who come out, because they're the only voters that matter right now, they're the only constituency that truly matters in choosing the nominee, the more that are able to say affirmatively they're for Vice President Harris, it will appear to be and feel like and actually be kind of a grassroots effort to make sure that she locks it down. That statement that she put out earlier this afternoon, Rachel, making clear that she wants to earn the nomination. That means talking to these delegates. That means making that case, even though we don't know what, if anything, she's going to say publicly. She has nothing on her public schedule so far for tomorrow. She has a political event that's scheduled for Tuesday. We'll see if that stands. But they are working very fiercely behind the scenes to try to make sure that the support is there. And essentially, they won't say it in as many words, but essentially, Rachel, to scare off any other comers, to make sure that there isn't another big name Democrat who gets in this race, because that right now is the worst nightmare of many Democrats that I've been talking to. They don't want a messy convention. They don't want a messy run up to the convention. They don't want people to feel like their voices aren't heard, though, either. And that means that they have to be careful and have a little bit of a delicate dance in trying to get delegates on board, but without making it seem like this is a top-down, you must vote for this person effort.
Rick, thank you. I want to bring in now the senator from Delaware, Chris Coons. Senator Coons, you are a very close ally to President Biden. You are one of his very, very close friends on Capitol Hill. What is your reaction to the president making this decision, and have you spoken to the president since he announced that he would be stepping aside in this race?
Rachel, it's great to be on with you, and thank you for the chance to speak to that. Yes, the president and I spoke, and I am so grateful for his decades of leadership for our nation. I hope today that folks will take a moment and just reflect on the fact that for 50 years, Joe Biden has served the people of the United States as senator, as vice president, as president, and that he made a very difficult decision to step aside in being the nominee for our party for president in order that we could be more certain that we'll defeat Donald Trump this fall, and in order that he can keep doing the hard work that President Biden's doing for us every day. This coming week, he'll be rolling up his sleeves and diving into finishing the work of negotiating the ceasefire and hostage release deal in Gaza between Israel and Hamas that he took to the UN Security Council, that he got the G7 to endorse. Looking back on these last 3 weeks, he has continued to be the strong and capable leader that he's been as president. When we had 31 heads of state from every NATO ally in Washington last week, he was engaged, he was leading, he was forceful, and he was also balancing that with campaigning all over the country. This was a very hard choice, but as has always been the case with our Joe Biden, he made a choice that was in the best interest of the American people. I'm more proud of him today than I ever have, but I am proud of what he has gotten done, what President Biden and Vice President Harris have gotten done these last 3 years.
Senator Coons, you are a very close confidant to President Biden. For the American people that are watching this all play out right now, this sudden announcement from the President of the United States to withdraw from this race, to drop out with just over 100 days to go until the election, they may be remembering what the president himself said just a matter of weeks ago, that he was determined to stay in this race, that only the Lord God Almighty would convince him to drop out of it. He even cast...
Hang on 1 second, y'all. So this is what Kamala Harris said just on her Twitter account. 9 minutes ago, she said, on behalf of the American people, I thank Joe Biden for his extraordinary leadership as President of the United States and for his decades of service to our country. I am honored to have the President's endorsement, and it's my intention to earn and win this nomination. That was posted 9 minutes ago on Twitter. No one calls it that. You even see this? It says Twitter. Okay? So no one calls it that, Elon. No one. No one at all. Okay, back to the coverage of ABC News. By the way, if you want to come up, feel free to click that link. We're just talking about this from a cultural point of view because this is a very significant moment that a current sitting president is dropping out of the presidential race. And the first African-American woman and also Indian American woman could be not just the nominee for the Democrat Party or for any political party, but also the first president of the United States. So a lot going on here. Glad to have you here. Let's get back to ABC News Live with the Rachel Scott. Okay. Hey, my thoughts. Welcome in. Yes, it is. Okay. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Type a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear, because I have the video all the way turned up. I have it all the way turned up. Hang on, y'all. Type a 1 in the chat if you can hear the video. Can y'all hear this video? Type a 1 in the chat. Hang on, let me see something real quick. Wait a minute, then why is it not? Okay, I understand what you're saying now. I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay, can y'all? Then why is it not? Okay, hang on 1 second, y'all. Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Okay, mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We're gonna try this again. I don't know why it's not allowing me to go to ABC News Live. We're gonna try this one more time here, okay? Let's try here. And thank you, Lady B, because I'm like, wait a minute, y'all, because I'm hearing it through my headphones. Let me try this again.
The race.
I do not think he is the best person to go into this election.
Okay, can y'all hear it now?
We lose.
One by
okay,
one,
you can hear me. Can you hear the ABC News video?
Even the powerful former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, privately and bluntly sharing their concerns directly with the president. If he stayed at the top of the ticket,
you can hear the
he could
ABC
drag
News
down
video
Democrats and hurt their chances come November. The president then forced off the trail by a COVID diagnosis. reckoning with his political reality. It's the job he'd spent a lifetime working toward, more than a half a century in Washington, earning a reputation as a lawmaker with friends on both sides of the aisle. A man who led with
Thank you,
empathy
Lady B.
after
Love you as
enduring
always.
so
Thank
many
you.
personal tragedies, including the loss of his first wife and their young daughter, and later his beloved son, Beau. In 2020, Biden felt an obligation to run, spurred by Trump's response to white supremacists marching through Charlottesville, Virginia.
But if we give Donald Trump 8 years in the White House, he will forever and fundamentally alter the character of this nation.
Thank you.
Who we are. And I cannot stand by and watch that happen.
Biden running as a transitional president.
Thank you, thank you.
I view myself as a bridge, not as anything else. There's an entire generation of leaders you saw stand behind you. They are the future of this country.
After a hard-fought campaign, Biden beating more than 24 Democrats to become his party's nominee and quashing Trump's re-election bid.
The people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory, a victory for we the people.
Sworn in on that inauguration day, the weight of being commander-in-chief not lost on him.
The one thing that is real, that is different, I feel comfortable with it, but is you're the last guy in the room.
Yeah.
You decide, is the decision I'm about to make, will that cause war? Will that cause conflict? The decision I'm about to make, is that going to hurt people? Is it going to help people? That's the part that is different.
On Election Day, Biden returned to his childhood home in Scranton, Pennsylvania, leaving a note on the wall, "From this house to the White House, with the grace of God." His first term marked by historic challenges, the global pandemic, historic inflation, and the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East. But Biden also accomplishing major legislative successes, the bipartisan infrastructure bill and the Inflation Reduction Act. Biden achieving record low unemployment while in office, and often touting his efforts to lower prescription drug costs and tackle student debt. In 2023, announcing he would run again, Biden asked voters for more time to get the job done.
We, you and I, together, we're turning things around, and we're doing it in a big way. It's time to finish the job. Finish the job.
But those concerns about his age persisting, the inevitable march of time, a challenge he could not overcome. The senator who came to Washington at just 29 years old, now choosing to walk away after just one term, the oldest president to ever serve, making the difficult decision to pass the torch to the next generation.
A remarkable decision, a remarkable legacy. I want to bring in our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce. Mary, the president making it absolutely clear he wants to pass this torch now to his own vice president.
He is, Rachel, the president offering his full support and endorsement for Vice President Kamala Harris to be the nominee. But the president making this remarkable, historic decision to put aside his own personal interest, saying he was doing this because he believes it is in the best interest of the country and the party. Now, we know the president has said he will speak to the American people later in the week. For now, Rachel, he is expressing his, quote, heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me.
Mary
Rachel.
Bruce, thank you. Chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl, not an easy decision for President Biden, one that he really struggled with. He wanted to stay in this race.
Rachel, it's an extraordinarily difficult decision when you think that Joe Biden, who ran for Senate at age 29, and not long after he became eligible to run for president, ran for president. This is somebody who much of his adult life has dreamed of being president of the United States. He finally reached it. He absolutely wanted to run again. That's why he declared his campaign. And to be forced to basically throw that all away, it was a tough decision that came at a time when he really had no choice. He held on as long as he could possibly hold on, but he had lost virtually the entire leadership of the Democratic Party. The donors who give the money to help the party run had all urged him, pleaded with him to get out of this race because they believe that concerns about his age had just simply made it impossible for him to win. And it becomes such a concern, we're going to hurt Democrats up and down the ballot. They wanted him to sacrifice, make a personal sacrifice for the sake of the party and for the sake of the country. And Joe Biden finally agreed to do that and made this statement. And now you will hear tributes but eventually you will hear questions raised about how long it took.
And I want to bring in now, John, thank you, our Chief Global Affairs Correspondent, Martha Raddatz. Martha, the final word here, an extraordinary moment in American history.
It truly is. And Joe Biden wanted so badly to stay in this race, to prove he could do it after the debate. But in the end, he knew this was a campaign that demanded energy and eloquence, and he struggled with both. Rachel?
Martha, thank you. And our coverage continues on ABC News Live and on abcnews.com. And we'll have the latest on World News Tonight with David Muir. We'll have a full wrap-up of the day's events with our special Biden Stands Down. The race for the White House at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, right here on ABC News. I want to thank you to our extraordinary team who has been out following these developments as they've been coming in. President Biden stepping down, exiting the race. As President Biden leaves this race, he also has now endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to become the next Democratic nominee. It's been an extraordinary day of developments. We are just coming off on the heels of the Republican National Convention and that attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Of course, we were also just about 100 days out from the November election and also just a few weeks away from the Democratic National Convention. There are so many questions here about what happens next. Will Vice President Kamala Harris face a challenge on the Democratic side? How will the convention play out? She does not have a delegate just yet, but there are still just so much more to cover in this race as we continue to follow these extraordinary developments. Our team learned earlier today that this was a decision that was made very quickly by President Biden. His aides, his closest advisors, shocked by this decision as the president officially announces that he is stepping out of this race. As I mentioned earlier, our coverage continues on ABC News and abcnews.com. Again, we'll be right back here on World News Tonight with David Muir, a full wrap-up of the events later today with our special. Good night.
This has been a special report from ABC News.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kana Whitworth. I'm here in Los Angeles, and we now resume breaking news coverage right here on ABC News Live.
Thank you very much, Rachel Scott. That special will be coming up tonight at 7/6 Central only on ABC. So what a very historic day that we are in. And thank you so much, Lady B. By the way, what you did not hear was Senator Kuntz, John Carl, Mary Bruce, some people from ABC News and government giving their takes on what was going on with Joe Biden here. So I'm gonna turn off my camera now because we done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, indeed. So how is everybody feeling about this? Like I said, it is a very significant cultural moment at this point in time for sure. So, and by the way, don't forget tonight, 3 with the T at 8 p.m. live right here on this good old channel. Sassy TV from the AO3, Lil Paula and the gang, and myself will be here to cover the week that was and the week that is to come. So yeah, we are here live on tour, 6 people in the building. I'm glad to have all of you here. My thoughts, basically the news of the day is that Joe Biden has dropped out of the presidential race and he has given a full endorsement and support to Vice President Kamala Harris. We are just 100 days out from Election Day. And also the Democratic National Convention is in August. So a lot of moving parts here with this story. As you all know, with this channel, we travel to the highest destinations that you guys are traveling to in this virtual world of social media. So even though I don't broadcast on Sundays, I will never negate my rule of if there's something important that the culture will be talking about, we will go live on tour and bring you the latest updates as we have them. So right now, you're probably going to get the most updates from YouTube channels. You'll get it from NBC News Now. You'll get from CBS 24/7. You'll get it from ABC News. Of course, you'll get with Fox. They don't have a national news network. You can consider fake news. I mean, Fox News as a source if you wanted to. But I don't think Fox News is really going to get into the gravity of how historic of a moment this is. But those are where you can get the updates. NBC News Now, CBS 24/7, and ABC News Live. There will be primetime coverage of this tonight, like I said, at 7/6 Central on ABC. And yeah, Monday morning is about to be real interesting. It's about to be real interesting on Good Morning America. The Today Show at CBS Mornings for sure. It's going to drive the news cycle for the next couple of weeks. Really, I think this story is going to drive the storylines leading up to the Democratic National Convention. So I am quite sure that the schedule that was going to be the Democratic National Convention has been uprooted. All the production team is probably checking their playbook of who was scheduled to speak, who wasn't scheduled to speak. I'm assuming speeches will be rewritten right now. And, you know, also, too, you do have to submit somebody to be the nominee. So I'm assuming that Vice President Kamala Harris will be will be writing her speech out here very soon. So a lot of moving parts on a Sunday at 5 minutes after 5 o'clock here. Glad to have all of you here. Woo, man. Oh, and CNN, of course, CNN, MSNBC as well will be covering this all day. Like I said, I was at Arby's when I saw the news alert and was like, well, when I get off of work, I'm going live on tour. You know, the thing about this show that's really nice is we're not in a box. You know what I mean? So if somebody who just covers reality TV tried to do this, it would be a fight against their subscribers for them trying to cover something that is actual, factual, very historic and significant. But here, we don't have that problem because on a regular basis, we can go there. And I hope that the coverage that you guys are getting from me, it is straight. It's straight, no chaser. No jive, no bullish. We are covering it for what it is. I'm not telling you who to vote for, obviously. We are just giving it to you as it develops here. So I hope that the coverage that you're seeing live right now is very good coverage, very strong coverage, and very soulful coverage as well. So you know what we do? We try to cover the soul of what is happening out here, going beyond the story and to see what the energy of the story is all about. So hopefully we're doing that well right now with all of you. Glad to have all of you here. Jonetta Speaks, thank you for being here. Mr. Nice, thank you for being here. Lady B, love you, and thank you for saying what you said earlier about couldn't hear the video. You know what? I think sometimes with StreamYard, it will cut off the audio if you're not sharing it. It'll have like a little box on the left-hand side, I tell you that. But thank you so much. I love you as always. My thoughts. Thank you for being here. Community Unity, thank you as well. Divine Virtuous Woman 0, thank you. Mahogany Meeks, thank you as well. Soul Sister, thank you as well. Venus, thank you as well. Cynthia Jacob, thank you. TC45, thank you as well. Greta Lee, thank you as well. Soul Sister, thank you as well. Like I said, very in Tara, thank you as well. It's a very, very significant event happening right now. So yeah, that is what's going on, my good people. As always. So like I said, we'll probably end it around probably around hour 35 or hour 40. Not too long of a live, but a long enough live to let you guys know what's going on. And then, of course, be back here tonight at 8 p.m. for 3 with the T-Child. Me, Lil Paul and the gang, and Sassy TV from the 803. It's a very impromptu show. We don't know what's going to come out of each other's mouths. We don't know the topics. We don't know what y'all are going to say. But what we do know, one thing to know and two things for sure, it is going to be a very good time over here tonight at 8 p.m. 7 Central right here on YouTube. So should be a very, very good time. Stay right there with me. We are live on tour. We'll be on the highways and byways of the possibilities of what could be of this virtual tour live for 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 3 seconds. Stay right there. We'll be back right after this, y'all. Hang on. I'm back, y'all. I am BACK. All right, then, sounds good. We are going to end it at 1:35 p.m. Did y'all enjoy the live, though? How did y'all feel about my coverage? Was it fair? Was it integral? Was it comprehensive? Like, what were y'all thoughts of the coverage of this live? And I only ask that because the best way to know what you've done is to ask your audience. So how are y'all feeling about this live? Like I said, I know it's a very impromptu live, but hopefully this live was good in perspective, good in context, and good in the conjecture of understanding what's happening here. It was just like when the assassination attempt happened. We had to cover that in a very tactful, very graceful, and very emotional way. That's why you saw on that virtual tour live where it was the first topic, and we covered it from the factual journalism and cultural perspective of a very significant event related to an attempt, and how that was a very huge conflict. So I hope that for that topic there, we covered it well, and here as well. So I got a 100 from Lady B, which is good with me. To all of you, like I said, one love, much love, all love. I won't do my full outro because I gotta do that tonight at 8 p.m. But I hope that you guys enjoy. Thank you so much, Lady B. Love you as always. Isn't it nice to be on a channel where you don't have to be in a mental hell? Isn't it nice to be on a channel where there is diversity? And isn't it nice that you have a content creator that cares about the emotionality, the intentionality, and the mental of storytelling? Isn't that nice? Isn't that very nice to just be around somebody that is about that energy? Man. P2 Ross, hey, good to see you, my friend. You will definitely enjoy this replay. Gave a very comprehensive, soulful, and a very cultural perspective of this very significant event. The fact that and I think this is the first time that this has ever happened in history, if I'm not mistaken, of a sitting president dropping out of the presidential race 100 days before election day and days before their own convention to be the nominee. So quite an event, to say the least. I was going to say cultural event, but it's beyond culture. It is a national event. So yes, indeed. So, but I think you'll enjoy the replay. I really, really do. So, what you cooking, by the way, P&2 Ross? I know that Lady B was cooking some. What was she cooking? She was cooking this here. She was following a recipe for garlic naan flatbread to go with her curry chicken. So Lady B's always cooking up something. Yes, that's very true. Shirley Chisholm was the first Black woman to also run for president. That is very, very true. Respect, love, and honor to Shirley Chisholm. And by the way, there is a movie out with Regina King playing Shirley Chisholm. That is on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to Shirley Chisholm, and shout out to all of our Black sisters and brothers who were the first in the world of politics. It took many firsts to make this space a normal space for us to be in. So let me put some love, honor, and respect on that beautiful woman's name there. Turnip greens, mac and cheese, chicken and cornbread. Oh, okay. All right. Those are all things that make women think with it. I'm sorry. I just, listen. I'm sorry. I need to really shut up. I say too much on live, damn it. I say too much on live. Well, I mean, listen. Are peaches thick, juicy, and full of flavor for no reason? You've never seen no skinny peach before? And some of y'all with thick peaches know what I'm talking about. Listen. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord Jesus. What is this show that we do, guys? What is this show? What is this show? And we do need to remain prayerful, not just for the election, but for the vitality of life, because it seems like it's on attack each and every single day we wake up. For sure. Some people still here in the building with me. Thank you all so much. I know we were going to end the show here, but P&2 Ross came in the chat and wanted to give her some time as well. That's one thing to know, and two things for sure about me. I am always going to make sure that everybody who comes through has a good time, and I will always extend the show for my regular, schmegular people. Because like I said, y'all don't really have to support, y'all don't have to subscribe, y'all don't have to invest. And the least I can do is make sure that you are seen, that you're heard, and that you are embraced for what you give, because there is no channel without y'all. Anybody who thinks they're doing this channel by themselves or their channel by themselves, they're lying to you. They don't deserve your support. They don't deserve your investment, and they don't deserve your care. Just saying, like, I'm sorry. Like, if you really think you've done your channel by your damn self, you're lying. I'm sorry. It took somebody clicking on you for you to be seen. Just saying. So yes, indeed, for sure. So yeah, 6 people in the building. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. Yes, indeed. So we'll probably end the show at 150, just to give everybody a little more time with me here, and then I make the thumb. Well, I don't have to make the thumbnail. I just got downloaded and been put in the description for 3 with the T tonight at 8/7 Central right here on YouTube. Me, Sassy T from the 803, and Lil Paulette will be live in full color. Don't know what we're going to talk about. Don't know what's going to come out of our mouths. Don't know what's going to come out of your mouth in the chat. But we do know one thing to know and 2 things for sure. It will be a good quality, joyful time. Amen. Amen. So yes, indeed. We're just chilling out here until 150. All right, Jonas, speak. See you soon, beautiful. See you soon tonight at 8 p.m. Just going to hang out here just for a little bit longer till 150, and then we will end the show there. But yes, I hope you guys really have enjoyed this bonus edition of Brantley's virtual tour live. And then, of course, like I said, tonight at 8/7 Central, will be 3 with the T. By the way, before that at 7/6 Central will be ABC News special. Biden steps down, talking about the historical, cultural, political significance of this monumental decision. Yeah, so. You know what's really funny? Like, one of my biggest dream originally, well, my biggest dream was always host the Brantley Morning Show, but then one of my other dreams was to anchor Good Morning America. And I thought, like, well, you know, I went to the School of Journalism at Kent State, and I really didn't do good at news writing and communication grammar review. I had to retake communication grammar review 3 times, and I thought, man, I guess it wasn't meant to be for me to be a journalist, I guess. But then, you know, oh, thank you so much. Love you, lady. But then, you know, going to the School of Communication, learning that not every entertainer and not every journalist is a great communicator, and recognize my background in radio was the background I needed to be able to be a real good journalist. Because sure you can write a story in AP style, but if you can't bring soul to what you're talking about, you're not doing anything. So, you know, it's funny because someone, I think it's somebody in my live chat or on my community. I think it was somebody in my live chat. I was about to say community. I think somebody in my live chat said that, Braylon, you could have been a great journalist. And, you know, I truly feel that I am, in terms of my role in the industry, I'm always going to be a radio personality first, because that's the thing I fell in love with. And honestly, I think without Ray, I wouldn't be where I am today. But my role currently is being a social commentator with a journalistic soul. I used to say journalistic tendencies, but tendencies means you tend to do this and tend to do that. You have many intricacies of how you go about it. But I will say I'm a social commentator with a journalistic soul, to do research, to fact check, to understand context and conjecture, and the clarity of what is being said. And then, you know, through the power of my soul, through the power of all of you, and through just trying and failing, I've gotten to where I am now. So for those of you who see me as your journalist, I appreciate it. And, you know, I will say this, how I became a social commentator, honestly, was Don Lemon. And I'm going to tell you how. When he had Don Lemon tonight, you know, there will be the Democrat commentators, and then there will be the Republican commentators. Democrat and conservative. Well, I mean, liberal conservative commentators, Democrat, Republican commentators. Either way, that's what I saw. But then when I heard about social commentators, I'm like, oh, I get why this is the job to have, because whether you are a Democrat commentator or a conservative commentator or a libertarian commentator, you only get about maybe 4 to 5 minutes, and you're on a panel with other people. But if you notice, the social commentator stays the whole show, because after the Democrats give their points, after the Republicans give their points, you got to figure out how to go about this socially. So that's how I leaned into being the social commentator. I'm like, well, listen, I'm trying to stay on the show the whole time. So that's how I became what I became on YouTube as a social commentator at that moment. And then also, too, recognizing that radio taught me my voice, television taught me how to control it, and the marketplace taught me how to diversify it. So, you know, if I joined Good Morning America as their news anchor or as a, as their senior on-air correspondent, which means I'll be on GMA every day, or if I joined them as their lead social commentator, oh my God, done and done. I could go to work Monday because I understand that. And I guess I didn't understand this before with Good Morning America and Morning TV. There's always a new way to tell information. And I think the reason why commentary is so freeing is because Robin, George, and Michael would probably love to give their takes on the hottest stories. But they can't do that because they are the conductors of letting you know what's going on. And then with me coming in as GMA's, social commentator, I'm able to, say, hey, Robin, George, and Michael, we can have a conversation about this. What is your opinion? I'll be your catalyst. I'll be your conduit. I'll be the jump off point for you to be able to say what you need to say. So I say all that to say this: whatever you think your dream is, sometimes your dream will come true. You'll just take a different direction to get to your dream. I don't know who needed to hear that today, but somebody probably needed to hear that. So, and honestly, if GMA said, hey, listen, we've listened to your virtual tour lives. We really would like for you to be our news anchor because there is nobody more well-read, more connected, and more soulful than you when it comes to delivering news. I would be extremely honored. But man, that morning schedule would be a beast for the first couple of months, though. My Lord Jesus, like Michael, he gets up at like 5 a.m. to get ready for Good Morning America. I'm like, you do realize if you get up at 5, depending on where you are, if it's like a 30-minute drive, you get to GMA at 5:30, then you got only 1 hour to prepare, and then you're live. That's a tight schedule. But then some people wake up at like 3:45 in the morning too. So it's a whole thing. All right, y'all. One love, much love, all of. I feel the love and send it right back to you. Commercial break and fireworks for the day that has been happening today. And I'll see you all back here tonight for 3 with the T at 8 p.m. 7 Central with myself, Sassy T from the AO3 and Lil Paula in the game. I feel the love in the gang, rather. I feel the love and I send it right back to you. This is your practice ground for your break that will come. Listen, from your mouth to God's ears, in Jesus' name. Yes, yes, yes. Amen, amen. I'll see you guys back here tonight, 8, 7 Central for 3 with the T with Brandon Lee, Lil Paula in the gang, and Sassy T from the 803. All right, my thoughts. If not, I'll send you the link directly. All right. Love you all. See you soon tonight, 8 o'clock. Bye-bye, everybody.
All day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Harris?
Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classic, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Introducing a water theme park like no other. Universal's Volcano Bay. A relaxing tropical oasis where every carefree moment is inspired by the belief that water is life. And life is joy. This is where you'll make the most of every splash, every scream, every breathtaking thrill. Welcome to a new kind of vacation paradise. Welcome to Universal's Volcano Bay, the 3rd amazing theme park at Universal Orlando Resort.
Welcome to the Paris Olympics. Look at my hot girl. Bonjour. And that is the Olympics hot girl style.
So it's a winged, fire-breathing, talking horse.
No.
Okay.
That is the Olympics.
Olympics?
Olympics.
What are they not getting about this?
Right?
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet boy one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. I come from nothing. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got. I'll do that.
Don't you leave here to go for happiness.
I want you to leave here to show that.
Power 923 Jams and the Arkansas Minority Health Commission encourages you to take the COVID-19 vaccine to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Involved in our community, the People Station, Power 923 Jams. KIPR Pine Bluff, Little Rock, KFOG, Little Rock, a Cumulus Media Station. And now, back to the jams. Hip-hop. Drake.
Girls want girls where I'm from. Yeah, well, girls want girls where
R&B. J. Howell.
Just 'cause I love you and you love me.
And now, bumping back-to-back continuous music with another fresh new jam. Heard here first on the People Station, Power 923 Jams. Power.
Things have been a little quiet around here. We've missed the fun. We've missed the excitement. We've missed the entertainment. We've missed the nightlife. But most of all, we've missed you. We're getting ready. Caesar's Rewards. We can't wait to welcome you back.
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money!
Are you ready?
They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh, good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from.
They say if you dream a thing more than once, please, 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 it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.